Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our chit chats.
yeah.
As,
Yeah.
as usual, Billy and I got together, and a topic generally surfaces, and
hmm
we take the deep dive into it and just let
Yeah.
our energies flow. And
Ye-
this week, the topic of sorts is nurturing. And so, what is nurturing?
Yeah. What is it to us?
What is it to us? And
hmm
I think the first thing that comes to mind is when we were children. We were nurtured by our parents, by our relatives. Then, as we become more mature, we realize we're being nurtured by nature, by friends, and we nurture each other. We also realize that we need to be nurtured by ourselves. And we were talking earlier about how the world needs a lot of nurturing right now. It
Yes.
needs love, but it needs nurturing too. With everything that's going on, our hearts and our minds and judgments are all over the place. So we thought we'd
hmm
talk about that.
Yeah. The nurturing. To me, what it reminds me of is the divine feminine energy. And, many of us have heard that before, right? Or most of us, I hope. That there's been a separation of that, the
Yeah.
divine feminine and the divine masculine, and right now it's that time where it's coming together. And the key thing of the divine feminine is the nurturing. And for many of us, because we grew up different, everybody's different, so we all have different meanings for nurturing,
Yeah.
or different understandings, or what comes to mind is the lack of, right? Or I didn't get nurtured. Um, something, many of us or most of us feel it at some point. So, I don't know. What comes to mind for you? I kind of lost my thought.
Yeah. It's how important it is, number one. It, sometimes you're by yourself and you want to be nurtured, but there isn't anybody physically there. So you can call somebody up that you trust and who will listen to your thoughts and to pretty much put you in a nurturing energy.
Yeah, yeah. Reach out.
Yeah,
You know. Um,
we raise our vibrations that way. We
mhm.
don't always we're not always in a high vibrational energy, and it's easier if we are as things develop. But sometimes we just aren't, and so that's a time to reach out.
Yes, yes. For some nurturing.
Yeah,
And, I think with a lot of the old programming, there's so much taboo placed on nurturing and what that is. And, even between friends.
yeah,
And we were even talking as far as like, why isn't it okay for even men to hug each other without it being a thing? I
yeah.
mean, sure, if it's a gay thing and that's their preference, that's a whole nother story, and it's totally acceptable. Doesn't matter. But if you're not, it should still be okay. You should still
Oh yeah,
feel it. All the silly taboos putting on that, or, on people feeling comfortable to just get a nice long hug.
yeah,
I mean, that's what you're famous for. Those are medicinal, your bear hugs.
yeah.
Completely medicinal. And I don't know if you're watching and if you heard that before, but people, especially women, knock on his door to get that bear hug because we all need it. And that's how Bear nurtures. And he also understands, the importance of that, bringing that nurturing energy back, that divine feminine energy in that perfect marriage with the divine masculine. It's, you know, we're so separated because of the conditioning and the things, we grew up with, that we don't even think about that. Most of us are just in that and this isn't right, this isn't right, constantly looking for what's wrong,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah, but I'm a problem solver. Well, you're creating the problem by looking for what's wrong, even with yourself. And so if you slow down and realize that, no, you deserve nurturing, that's the start, I think.
Yes.
Right?
I agree.
Yeah, yeah, I deserve
And it
that.
doesn't have to be in a moment of stress. I remember in my firefighting days many moons ago, where after a very serious fire or a rescue where unfortunately there was a loss of life or usually involving children, that was, you know, we would, you know, big men would get very emotional and we would reach out to each other and just hug each other and comfort each other to nurture each other. But it doesn't have to be always be a moment of stress. It can be a moment of appreciation and connection. Um,
Yeah, and if
yeah,
I may, going on that, also the spiritual connection, because you mentioned also like the reaching out, yes, but even when you're alone, you know, make that connection.
yes,
Nurture yourself, be open to
right,
discovering more of the spiritual self. You know, it's like we wear two hats or two suits. You know, one is the one for social, and the other one is your spiritual self, the true you,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And you know, the idea is to merge that, but it's all the hangups that keep us from being authentic and revealing what's really in our hearts. So as you begin to nurture yourself,
mm,
slow down and allow the love, allow the feeling, you know, and let's just do that right now, real briefly for a couple of seconds. You know, just close your eyes and allow that nurturing to come to you. Your higher self, your soul self, that spiritual you that's beginning to remember, maybe slowly, maybe not, who you really are, why you're here, all your passions. You know, if not yet, then get excited because that's what's coming. You know, it really is. So allow the nurturing and let's just invite our higher selves. Just claim, I am my I am presence. I am. And thank you for bringing in the most glorious golden white light. Just bathe me in that light. Cleanse me of anything that doesn't serve me. And fill me to overflow in that divine love and that spiritual energy. Let all that I release be replaced with all new. Even flip it the opposite. Love, soulmates, experiences, adventures, whatever it is. You are a powerful creator. So create from love and just receive. Feel the nurturing of the heavens, of your higher self. Wrap yourself in that love. And so it is.
and so it is.
Yeah.
Well, we love you and take
Mhm.
some time for yourself to nurture yourself. You can do it on a regular basis.
Yes.
Take the
You're worth it.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
So
Take the
we
time.
hope you have a wonderful day,
Mhm.
and we'll be back
Yes.
to share more insights and thoughts that we've had. So
Mhm.
we hope you have a wonderful day.
Yes. Love you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.